we're going to talk about 3 items that we put in and enhanced on our fleet side of the house. Item 3530 gives us the ability for if to state reporting. Item 3407 gives us greater integration to our Katina, which allows us to connect to multiple ELDs and enhances the ability for driver messaging and receiving documents. And item 3518, which enhances many things within our trip planning for fleet. Driver messaging is incredibly important, and now we have the ability, as you can see here, to send driver messages right from your fleet screen. You can select drivers, one to many, send them a driver message. We'll populate your screen with the drivers you've selected. You also have the ability to remove drivers from the screen if you don't want to send it. Type them in their message, and send. We've also given you the ability to send a message directly from the trip plan itself. Once the driver has accepted the load, you'll see a chat bubble appear here, and you'll be able to send the driver a message from this position. This will also prefix the message with the load number in reference on this message. All driver messages are now done and stored in Chatter, so you have a complete history of communication with your driver. You can see this on the driver record in the Chatter feed here. You can also view it in the related records on the driver record or in the truck. You can see that the Chatter feed contains the current level of communications that you've had with your driver. We have added in the document enhancements for the multiple ELDs that are out there, and when a driver sends up a document and it is associated to a load, you'll see that we will take that and put this on in the file section and associate it with the load. If the document does not have an association to a load, it will go to inbound emails. We've made many changes to the trip plan in itself. As you can see here, we have frozen the top one, the top menu bar. As you scroll, it will stay. This is convenience factor so that you have access to saving. We have also changed when you have an address, we collapse it. So when you're searching, find an address and save it, it will collapse up and not take your screen space. We have also added in the ability for you to select a driver now. When they're not assigned to a truck, you'll see no truck populated. When they are assigned to a truck, it will auto-populate the truck now. Within the trip plan, we have added the stop type. As you can see here, stop 1 is a pickup, stop 2 is a delivery. Now when you're looking at stops, you have the ability to come over here and show line items. This will pull the line items in for each individual stop that you're looking at. We've also consolidated the icons so that when you want to add an asset, you could just click on Add Trailer and clean this up. From the trip plan, you can click on the clock and view the driver's hours of service. We've included user settings now where you can go in and change the type of miles that you want to look, whether you want to see miles, kilometers together, just kilometers, or miles. And again, these are in the user settings. We've also given you the ability to refresh the page by clicking on the refresh icon. It's going to give you if you want to remove your changes or save and refresh. We have enhanced our calendar view. When you're in fleet management, you have the ability to show your calendar, click on your assets. I've selected a truck in several loads if I'm in a planning mode, and I can see that the asset that I have chosen, when it's going to be available, and the loads that are out there pending, whether I want to come in here and begin assigning these loads. Also, under actuals, we have added additional information in here. You now have the ability to modify dispatch date and time. You also have the ability to see starting odometer reading and ending odometer reading, and you can add these in. If your ELDs are down, you need to put in your odometer reading settings. You can do this here. This is also important when we're doing if to state reporting. For if to state reporting to work, every movement of the truck needs to be within a trip plan for tracking, so we can track the miles and where it's going. This is based off the ELD reporting that's coming up, and if the ELDs are down, we base it off the actual locations of the stops and build the length of the trip out and calculate the miles that way as well. A scheduled job will run nightly. Every segment that is pending, final, or completed will be processed for the IFTA reporting miles. Once the segment has been processed, this link will turn blue and you'll have the ability to view your IFTA state report that was generated. This shows you all the jurisdictions that you drove through and the number of miles that were processed. This also gives you variances between your mileage distances so that you have the ability to go in and look and correct these. In this case, the trip miles did not match exactly what the calculated route miles were. So we'll give you this information here, as you can see. That example was viewing it on your actual trip plan. Overall, when you're in fleet management under trip planning, you can look at the IFTA mileage report. You can run this by the quarter, or you can choose a date. You can select single countries or all countries, generate your report, and this will show you all the miles and the trips that were included to build this information out. You can also click on include trip plan information in the download report, and it's going to show you every trip plan that was included to calculate these miles. So as you can see, we've added several new great features that is going to enable you to do your daily job, communicate with your drivers better, and work with your trip plans.